Hey guys, Jam here. Welcome to my latest video. Today I will be bringing you a walkthrough of all the new GTA Cunning Stunt races. There's 6 in total. So you're probably asking, why is he doing a walkthrough for races? I mean, what is there to know about a race? You drive a car, you turn a few corners, possibly crash a couple of times. Well, if I'm totally honest, when I first done these races, I went in completely blind, didn't know what I was letting myself in for, and humiliated myself in a lobby full of players. So hopefully these videos will prevent you from doing the very same. But before we get into that, there's a few quick shout outs I want to make to the people that helped me get this together. First of all, you'll see him throughout these races. My buddy Jeremiah14, big shout out to you, buddy. He sat up with me quite late last night, helping me get this footage together. We've done his playlist of the 6 new races. Needless to say, he did beat me on every one, but I'll make sure I edit that out of the video. So yeah, thanks again for that, buddy. The dedication was unreal. Thank you for that. And also, I want to give a quick shout out as well to my partner in crime, Zed. You've probably seen me do a few videos, a few live streams with himself. He's always bringing content from GTA to Call of Duty Black Ops. He actually provided me with the hardware and the software that's actually bringing you this content today. So, buddy, thanks for that. Once again, also what I want to see from yourselves is make sure, if you haven't already done so, obviously hit the subscribe button. Also hit that little like button. Once you get to the end of the video, obviously, don't want to jump the gun there for you. Check it out. I want to see some comments as well, though. Anything I could have done better in the video, anything that was missing, or if you just want to leave a quick comment, just say hi, feel free to do so. So, these races are not in any particular order. They just as we played them, I'll basically just go through a quick run through of them all, any key points. Also, if you want to, if you've got your favourite race out the collection, if you leave it in the comments, also tell me which car or which type of vehicle you go for, and tell me why. I'd like to sort of know that, you know. Different people go for different vehicles for different reasons. I'd like to sort of get some info on that, or just sort of get a conversation going. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so I think the first one, let me just get it up here. There we go. So, the first one, it's called Afterburner, alright, it's a motorcycle race. As you can see, I'm sporting the Hakucho, I think you call it, not too sure you pronounce it. You can also go for the stock vehicles, are pretty good, not too bad at all. First off, you start with a pretty straight run there, 2 launch pads or speed boosts there. You come up to a fork in the road, both of them are very much the same there, just a straight road into a ramp through 2 fire pits. I'm going to put in a comment here, do not backflip off these. I've done it twice and both times I hit the fire ring. So I advise you to keep straight, try and keep the nose down, as you've probably seen me do there. So you get straight into a decline and a nice straight into another small ramp. Make sure as well, if you're on the bike, you keep your finger on that X button or that A button or whatever button it is if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Keep your nose, keep your body down. It builds up the speed, especially for this incline here. Slow it down here as well, because you can hit that bump and it will send you flying. Alright, another decline where you can gather up some speed, hit that speed boost and through another ramp through the ring of fire. Onto a straight, so this is another good chance for you to build up some speed, so get that body down, tuck in nice and tight. Into the another launch pad off the ramp through the tunnel. Now this next one does require a bit of timing. I don't think I've ever hit it, but just be very careful there, that spinning barrier there. Rather straight and straight up these vertical turns. Now I always do find these quite tricky because you do lose a lot of speed on them, and if you do try and build up too much speed on that straight bit at the top, you can hit that barrier, so do be careful on that. Once again, straight through the tunnel here. It's a good bit for you to build up some speed, especially on these tubes, because on the turns you can sort of bring the bike right up onto the edge like that. There you go. And make sure you keep that speed up straight through the tunnel here. Get to the end. It's rather a long tunnel, but you end with a few speed boost pads or whatever. I mean, that's something. What are these actually called? I'm not sure. We'll get that in the comments. Let's actually find out what they're called. I'm not totally sure. It'd be good to also see them in the editing software as well, side of Grand Theft Auto. That would be pretty cool, to be honest. So again, another few of the speed boosts into the sort of vertical turn. Straight over that. And just got to be very careful on the turn. Make sure you've got enough speed. Use your brakes if needed. Get the foot down on this here. Nice straight over the ramp. Nice straight for the finish there. So pretty straightforward. Nothing too fancy. Like I say, those two different faults are the same anyway. Now this next one's called a double loop. As you see, it's a supercar race. I'm sporting the, I think this is the Tyrus. Alright, my buddy there, Jeremiah, sporting the X80 Proto. Seems to love that car. Not a big fan myself. Another thing on these supercar races, try and catch that boost at the start. It will give you a good edge. Now, as you can see, this one's actually got two variables. The one that I'm showing you here is basically a straight run. You got a small ramp at the start on a nice flat road, but it takes you into a ramp where you can get some major errors. We've just seen Jeremiah and myself take off there. But I'm also going to show you the alternative one here. So what it actually does is still the same. It's a straight road, small ramp at the start, but rather than sending you into some big air, it actually takes you into a loop-de-loop, we'll call it a loop-de-loop. Just loop over, it takes you out onto the same road as you would get in the air. Just obviously keeps you on the track there. So you've got the option there if you want to get some RP, take the ramp. If you want to stay on the track and try and make up some time, maybe advise taking that loop-de-loop. So again, what it does is it actually takes you into this one. So whatever track you choose, you'll take you into this straight loop, straight over, into a nice decline where you've got some great opportunity to build up some speed. Do be careful though, because you're coming straight into this bowl. Make sure you're not heading too far over, otherwise you will hit that wall where you'll lose some ground on that. I'd advise hitting this first one, but as you get up to this one, sort of come off the accelerator on it, otherwise that's going to happen. Yeah, you'll lose a lot of ground on that. So if you come off the accelerator at the top and then hit that second boost pad, it will take you right round there and you won't crash and you won't lose ground there. So come out the bowl there, straight through the tunnel here, fairly straightforward, nothing too difficult here, pretty straight run, bit of an incline so you can't really make too much speed, but then you get into some big air, another opportunity for you to make that RP if you've got the bottle to do some stunts. As you can see ahead, it's a nice straight road, again make up some ground, and into the first and into the second turn there. As again, this will come up to the second loop. Hit those pads straight over. Now this one, you don't have to worry about the landing on this. It's a fairly large landing pad you get at the end. As you can see, enough room for you to land. Just try not to overshoot it if you're going to do any flips or anything, because you don't want to hit the corner of that tube, because that will lose your ground there. So into the first tube. As I say, I like these tubes because it actually allows you to keep the foot down, right on the edge of the tube, right in the corner there. Keep that speed up and take that corner beautifully. Now, a lot of people do this as well. They can sort of take the tube, they go right round the tube, get the RP, but I find it sort of throws me off. As you've seen there, I sort of went round halfway, almost like sort of 70% of the way round, and it sort of threw me right off. Then again, I'm not a good driver on GT anyway, but hey-ho. So I say, it takes you on a nice straight into another tube. This one's a decline, so keep that foot down, get right on the edge of that tube, and make up that ground. It's a good opportunity for you to take over anyone that has messed up in the first or the second, first tube, or the start of that second tube there. Nice flat road, some nice scenery there. Straight round this bend into a next loop-de-loop. Should take you straight over into a nice straight run there with a slight curve at the end into that sort of an S-bend. Over now, do be careful here. I did royally mess this one up. I did hit the barrier. I think, to be honest, I don't even know what happened there, but hey. So this takes you straight onto the ground. Nice straight road. Into another right turn there, and one more right turn. Straight for the finish line, and that's that one over. Alright. So the next one, this forest one. Now this one's a dirt bike race. Alright, so you'll find this one's a lot on the ground, but I'm actually sporting the new custom BF. Highly recommend it, I suppose. It depends on your taste in bikes. Again, then I hit that boost because it's good to get that boost on the top there. I will mention on this one, Jeremiah 14 did have some network issues, so he did get kicked on this. So I did only catch the one lap. So at the end you may notice me like sort of stopping and pausing. Maybe trying to edit that out, but if you do so, that's why. Anyway, so fair a straight road. Now be careful at this part. That bridge, I've caught that fence a few times myself, throws you right back. You don't want to be doing that. Everyone's behind you, they will get that opportunity to catch up. Do a hairpin turn on a nice straight road there. A lot of scenery on this one. They're trying to keep you on the ground. As I say, this is a dirt race. A few ramps. First one there. I think that's the second one actually. Into the next hairpin turn. Now be careful on that. When you hit those logs, it will completely stop you. I mean, I don't think there's any time I've not hit it where it's not stopped me. Over another ramp, bit of an incline, and then into another left turn there. Now this ramp ahead's got a boost on it. I don't think you really need to hit it directly. As you see, I didn't really hit it directly there, but it still sort of sent me flying. So probably best try and hit that as straight as possible to avoid hitting any trees like I done there. Into a nice straight with the famous stop signs, the caution signs. These moving signs are actually pretty good. Great addition to the obstacles. Small ramp into an incline. As you can see, everybody here just get kicked there. That's why I kind of slowed down. Just thought I know what happened. Anyway, into this overturn. This corner here. Now this next part, I will try and point this out. Make sure you land on the train. If you notice there's those brake pads at the side. If you hit those, you will completely stop. Alright, and you don't want to be doing that, especially if you're in a lobby full of people wearing with custom bikes and stuff. They will take the opportunity to overtake you there. Alright, so straight through the tunnel into a nice flat road with a slight right turn there into another slight left. A nice straight road through the mill. Over the bridge, careful again with that fence on the bridge because I've caught that myself before. Another left turn there. Straight up into a nice incline. Now this will lose you some speed if you're not on a decent bike. So if not, try and get that back wheel down, get tucked in tight, bring up the speed. Now this one gets you some good opportunity for some to catch that RP. As you can see, I tried to do a backflip here and screwed it up. Almost went into the water there. Save 50 RP for it though, so I'm not really complaining. This next pit's pretty good. Not a big ramp, 2 boosts on it, gets you straight over that little hill there and straight for the finish line. As you see, I think I stopped the end here. That's fine. This next one. A motorcycle race. Didn't quite catch the name of it there. What I'll do is I'll find out for you. Stick it in the comments for you. So again, we try and catch this boost at the start, which I do. This one is a great race because it is all in town, so it's a lot of high flying. As you can see, Jeremiah just completely took over me there, as he did in most of the races. This is good, this one. It starts off with a major incline, but it keeps the speed up with those additional speed boost pads straight over the first building there into a nice decline to allow you to build up that speed. Do be careful though, if you hit that ramp you will put yourself off exactly like that. Small ramp, small jump, it's a nice straight into a major ramp coming up here. You get some major air on this one. Now beware a few of these ones, if you do overshoot it you will end up on the ground, and I don't mean the race, I mean you'll end up like into a building or something worse than that. So an incline turn there, these are pretty good for the bikes, so they do allow you to keep the speed up and get that turn properly. I think on this one, this is the one I'm talking about, be careful on this one. As you can see, it's a lot of opportunity for you to come right off the edges. Jeremiah almost done, and then I think I clipped his front wheel and sent him flying. Anyway, nice flat road on that, into another ramp, straight over into a right turn there. Flat road, be careful these narrow roads. You probably notice there's very narrow roads on there, so people will take the opportunity to sort of take you off there. So be careful on that. Make sure as well, if you've got the opportunity, get that back wheel down as quick as possible. Try and take off as quick as possible. Keep that body tucked in, nice and tight. Over to the next incline turn there. Get you a nice flat. As you can see here, you get a big ramp in front. Get you some big air straight through that orange smoke. You get that body tucked in, build up that speed, get the back wheel down, straight over and onto a nice straight with a small ramp in it, so it doesn't really lose you a lot of speed there. If anything, I think it gains you some speed, but you've got that right turn at the end, so be very careful you don't hit that barrier. Now this is where you can get the chance to build up some great speed. It brings you straight down onto the street. A lot of the roads sort of decline, so good chance for you to gain some ground here if you've lost any of a lot of players, whatever. Then you go back up onto the track and head straight for that finish line. So it's a fairly good track, pretty high flying, a lot of opportunity to get some RP on those ramps and stuff, so have fun with that one. Now this one is my favourite. This is the only point-to-point, well, the new point-to-point race that's been introduced with these new 6 races. Remember this one's called, as I say, I'm sporting the Elegy. I think Jeremiah's also sporting the same. Just got the speed boost on that. It's not really needed though, because you do get slowed down at the stop there because you've got this major air coming up. So, as you can see, right off the ramp, I instantly took the opportunity to flip my car, get some RP, but I think as I'm coming down, you can just tell the point where I just completely start to panic right about there, thinking my car is going to blow up, but luckily enough, I landed it. Pretty surprised, but then a little cheeky move there for myself for Jeremiah. He wasn't too happy with that, if I'm being totally honest. Hit a small ramp here, but I royally screwed it up, completely flipped my car, and in a second or so you will see Jeremiah completely cash in on this. Right about now, there he is, taking over first place. So a fairly straight run there with a right turn into your first tube there. Now this tube's on a decline, so make sure you get the car right up on the edge of that tunnel, right up in the corner, like right up the half pipe sort of thing. But make sure you come back down for this spinning obstacle at the end. Now these small hurdles are pretty good, so make sure if you're using if you've got your own custom car, make sure you don't overshoot it because you will end up in the water. You don't want that, obviously. Second tunnel, it's an incline one, but don't worry, they make up for it. They put some speed boost or speed pads in there. Definitely comment on what people think they're called. I'm not too sure of the name. Now this one's good because it's a ramp downwards, but you've only got a selection of ramps that you need to aim for. As you can see, I just hit it, but no more because it completely messed up my landing. So it didn't really end too well there. Heading straight for the next tube, starting off with that spinning obstacle there. Get right up onto the edge of that bit, get that corner nice and tight. Into the next boost, I go right over the top of Jeremiah and land right on the hood of his car. He capitalises, flips my car, and takes off back into first place. So that first place that I had was very short-lived. Thank you for that. And again, payback for the first little mess up that I done for him. Clips my bumper and sends me flying. Thank you again, Jeremiah. So this is a dirt track bit, so depending on the car you've got, don't know, you might struggle on this. The Elegy handled it pretty well, and again, the Elegy's a pretty good all-rounder. Could do better though, to be fair. I think this is the final tunnel, not 100% sure on this, with a few speed pads in there straight through the tyre. Aim for this ramp. Now you've got an option, none of them are any different. I think it's just to try to throw you off. Major air with some speed boost pads. So I was wrong, so there's another tube there into an inclining tube. So this will lose you some ground if you don't do it right. Make sure you get onto the corner of that tube, so right in at the corner on the turn, because it will allow you to keep the speed up while you're going right round that corner. It's almost like you're taking it wide, but trust me, it keeps the speed up good. Right over the edge into a major decline. This is where you'll get stopped, but not like that. That was a major fail. Into this declining ramp. At this point I knew it was all over for me, so I think if anything it was all just in the fun for me at this point. Hit the big air, then thought, screw it, time to go out with a bang. Rotate that car, get that RP, and I landed it, but no RP. I was disappointed. Jeremiah wins, and I sail into the sunset. Now, this one is actually an addition to Trench. The first Trench was bikes, this one's actually muscle cars. I'm sporting the custom Redwood Gauntlet there. This Trench one's actually pretty good because it has got very, very many options for you to choose there, so you don't have to stick to one race, whatever way you find easier. You probably see Jeremiah do one of the options before I show it on the screen, but don't worry, I'll get into it in a bit more detail. So straight up, you've got the road that sort of splits to the side there, but I wouldn't really do that. I mean, it's just the caution signs you need to avoid. Fairly easy to do. Straight across that wide plane there into the first tunnel. Now, this is fairly easy to see. It's a tunnel there, but I'm going to look back here in just a second. It's actually on an angle. There you go. So be careful coming off because you could flip your car. Now, you probably just caught Jeremiah into the middle of these ramps there. You can do so, but I thought I would sport the ramp for the sake of this video. But I will go back and show you right now. We'll jump back to that and show you what that is. So as you come out this incline turn, if you can go straight through the middle, be very careful though because your car can rattle. straight to the middle, takes you right out to where you are. The only thing you don't get, obviously, is the big air or the RP for landing the turn, but it does keep you on the track, allows you to make up some speed. Now, when you come out of there, you've got three options. You can go to the left or the right. Both of them are very the same. Just a hill into this narrow trench with a caution, so a stop sign at the end of it. Takes you out to the exact same place. As I say, both right and left are the same. But the other option a lot of people may go for, which I will say be very careful, is the tunnel in the centre. Okay, because if you've got a full lobby and you see you're all piled up in the one sort of area, as you head for this, you'll notice right at the very end it's a very narrow tunnel, a very narrow train track tunnel. So people might capitalise on this to take you right out the game. You come right out the tunnel, as I say, all takes you out the same place anyway, straight into this inclined right turn. Don't know what happened to Jeremiah there, just sort of stalled, I think. Anyway, so fairly plain, fairly straight run. Be careful we're here, because this is the final bit that I did actually mess up one of my laps on. I come flying right off it. Gets you straight for the finish, and that is that. So thanks for watching. So, that's been a quick walkthrough. It's not really a lot of detail there you really need to throw in. What I want to see is I want to see you guys obviously putting some comments on there in terms of the video, what you thought, if it was pointless, if you thought it was helpful, you know. Also what I want to see as well, like I say, given the cars you guys use, your custom cars, your all your sports cars, things like that, the vehicles you use on these races, and tell me about any tips, tricks and things like that you find help. If you've got a certain path on a certain race, kind of things like that, any little secrets, you know, make sure you get those in there for me, get them in the comment. Also, don't forget to leave a like, and leave, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out Zed, my partner in crime there. He does a lot of great content on both Call of Duty and on GTA. This evening, we will be bringing a subscriber lobby, and I've got it on best knowledge that Zed has a little surprise ready for us, okay? I'm not going to ruin it. Alright, if you want to check that out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, wait for that notification, and tune in when we're streaming it there. Alright, so thanks again for watching. Make sure you leave a like, sub, comment, get that done guys, and I shall see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.